It is absolutely no coincidence that our tongue is the strongest muscle in our body, because that is where the majority of our power lies as human beings. The power of life and death truly is in the tongue, and I'm so passionate about this subject because for some reason every few years I forget that I know this and I start engaging in negative self-talk again. But it's beautiful because I get to feel the shift. I get to feel me take control of my life, my situation all over again, and I know how powerful just changing how I speak to myself is. The truth is that we consistently are regurgitating things and opinions that don't even belong to us. What our parents say about us, what other people have decided about our personalities, you just accept it and repeat it on a loop. And one day, before I was able to just shift everything I'm saying about myself, I just wanted myself to be intentional about paying attention to what it is I say on a day-to-day basis. How much I complain, how much I put myself down, how much I count myself out. And before I even allowed myself to judge those thoughts, I just observed them. And in that observation, I was able to realize how much of it wasn't even my own. How much of it is what my parents and my family have told about me, thoughts and ideas other people have created about me that I've just accepted. Word contracts are real. What you come into agreement with verbally literally binds you. You don't have to sign a contract. And so what you tell yourself day in and day out genuinely does have effect. Repetition is literally like coding. It's as if you're coding your computer to believe this every day. So again, like I said, I just was observing and I noticed this wasn't mine. This belongs to he, she, her. And so I allowed myself to just decide. Before I started doing, I just decide, what did I want to feel like? What did I want to be like? Who do I see myself as? Who do I aspire to be? Who am I making space for? And it didn't resonate with the way that I was speaking to myself. And the truth is, you wouldn't allow other people to speak to you and about you this way, to your face, without getting defensive. So why are you able to do it? Who do you think you are? Joking. But I decided who I was speaking to. Simple as that. We need to be the observer for a little bit, because you don't realize how much your thoughts are just happening to you. They're just happening on autopilot, and you're allowing them. So I just became the observer to see what was happening. And then I reminded myself, I'm the chooser. I am the person who gets to make the decisions. Life is not happening to me. It's happening for me because I said so. Actually, I had to take that part too. I had to take that back. I am the creator of this reality. The longer I kept thinking that I wasn't, the longer I kept experiencing that I wasn't. So after making a choice and deciding who I wanted to show up as, who I am, who I'm going to nurture and foster each and every day, it became non-negotiable to speak to myself a certain way. And it became non-negotiable for other people to speak to me that way. And the truth of the matter is, affirmations don't just work overnight. That's the truth. They do, but they don't. Actually, they kind of do. Truthfully, I'm gonna show you a really cool example. I take this perfume. I spray myself. I leave the house. You didn't see me spray the perfume, but you smell the perfume. People didn't see me affirm to myself that I'm successful, that I'm the god of this reality, that I am all of the things that I say I am, but they feel that energy. That energy cannot be created or destroyed. The same way that perfume didn't just come off of me because I walked away and no one saw me put it on. It's the same way that the energy that I cultivated and crafted and spoke into myself exists. It exists just like that. And you have to remind yourself that everything I do is valuable, that every decision I make has an impact, that every time I speak to myself correctly, it has this, and this attached to it. You get to make that decision. You get to make that decision. And truthfully, I don't want you to convert to toxic positivity. There are some times in emotions that are so overwhelming. I want you to be able to identify that you have the autonomy to be silent about it, to just accept, to not label it, to not over-identify it. When you are silent, you starve the identity, you starve that narrative, you starve it. But when you speak on it, when you vent it to 30,000 people, when you relay that message, you are anchoring it into your reality. The words you speak aren't just creating your reality, they're directing your nervous system. It is why when you speak about something dangerous and bad, your body tenses up. We are electromagnetic beings, meaning this is all electricity. Our nervous system is all electricity. You're sending out messages of what you want to magnetize towards you. So when I stand in my positive truth, I'm a magnet to positive things. And when I stand in my negative truth, I am a magnet to negative things. It's science. And I wish they were more in depth about how this science pertains to us as human beings. They're keeping this a secret for a reason, and we're unpacking it here. But yes, your silence is more powerful than anything. I didn't understand that as a kid. People say, yeah, your silence is powerful. Your silence is powerful. No, it truly is. You're not feeding that circumstances. You're not growing the demon. You're starving it. And that's powerful. And I'm a human being. I know how hard it is to exist like this. I know that it's the hard thing to do, to flip every thought and have it submit to the will of God. The will of God. That's what that verse means. Take captive every thought and have it submit to the will of God. And what I was able to do to make this happen for myself is I imagined that I was speaking to my future self. Because that is the truth. If you envision your future self to be a millionaire, a girl who's making things happen, a girl who doesn't tolerate this and that, why are you speaking to her this way? Why? Why would you speak to her that way? And so I got intentional. I am not letting me mess with what I'm cultivating. And I am going to be my biggest fan, regardless. And the world mirrors you. You can't look into a mirror angry and expect it to smile back at you. So I'm smiling today. I look great. I'm smiling today. And you should too.